Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards, and welcome back to Create and Inspire. This is this month's Meet the Creator. I don't really know what you would want to know, so I'm going to answer some questions that I might want to know. So I live in Wisconsin with my husband. We have been married We have been married since 2013 and just celebrated our 7th wedding anniversary. We have a collective of 8 children: Alex, Hannah, Brianna, Darren, Delaney, Cooper, Riker, and Adelaide. They range in ages from 22 down to 1. I know, it's crazy. The youngest 3 still live at home, so we're pretty busy. My husband, he drives truck, so he is gone really weird hours of the day and night. So I do a lot of single momming. Not that I'm a single mom, but I definitely do a lot of single momming. That leaves me with not a lot of time to do anything for me, which includes card making or recording or videos or any of it. So I have to be very creative with where I find that time. And I will tell you that it is currently 10 minutes to 3 in the morning. And I am filming this because my children are asleep and my dryer finally shut off and it is almost quiet in my house. So this is the perfect time to do this. I have been making cards. We'll just start with making cards since probably 2005. So that's like 15 years. That's 15 years of making cards. That's crazy. But before that, I was a paper crafter. I was a scrapbooker. I started scrapbooking when I was pregnant with my oldest son. He is 22, almost 23. And I scrapbooked every detail of his life, every single thing that he did, experienced, everything until he was, I want to say 14. So there was several solid years of scrapbooking, and I have an entire cabinet full of scrapbooks that he will probably never look at. Maybe someday when he has kids, they will want to look at them. But right now they're just collecting dust, which is why I switched over to card making. Scrapbooks are amazing. If you're a scrapbooker, props to you. I recently made a scrapbook for my oldest stepdaughter, and that was way more work than I ever wanted it to be. But scrapbooks are amazing in that you get a lot of gratification out of them. But to share that gratification with somebody else, you basically have to sit with them and explain every single picture, every layout, every instance. Even if you did a lot of good journaling, you're still going to have to explain it for them to actually enjoy it. So it doesn't, it documents, but it doesn't bring as much joy to everybody as card making, as what I found card making. Now card making, the reason I like it so much is I can dabble in everything. I don't have to master in anything, and people still get really excited when I give them a piece of art. It's not really art. They get excited, and that makes me excited, and it brings them joy to get something in the mail, and it brings me joy to send something in the mail. Because I know not only did I get joy out of making it, but they're going to get joy out of receiving it, and that's what we're in this for, isn't it? Just to spread joy. So that brings me to the name of my company, my YouTube channel, my blog, my everything. It's Delaney Jane Cards. And if you don't know much about me, my daughter, she passed away in 2013, and I made some promises to her. After she passed away, I had the opportunity to clean her up and get her dressed. It was the first clothes she had ever worn. Those promises included saying her name every day. So her name is Delaney Jane, to spread joy. And I think that card making spreads joy. And I feel like the ability to keep the first two promises allows me to keep the third promise, which is to make her proud. I am a much different parent than I was before Delaney. I look at life differently than I did before Delaney, and I really feel like spreading my joy of card making helps others find joy. As far as my style of card making, I've always kind of said my card making style is clean and layered. Don't really like super cluttered cards or layouts, but I do them. I do enjoy, I guess, clean and simple cards, but I also enjoy mixed media projects and all sorts of different things. I guess what I'm saying is if it's a card I'm enjoying making it, I'm going to give it a solid try. I love that something can inspire me and I can just try it out. It's not like I would be screwing up a giant canvas or wall if I don't like the end result, and it's just paper. Now, I don't toss much out. I try to save everything, salvage everything. I try to use everything because I'm a firm believer in not filling up the landfills. But sometimes you make a mistake that it just cannot be fixed, and it is absolutely okay. It's a quarter sheet of paper. It's okay. As far as other crafty things that I enjoy doing, I have painted. I absolutely love to paint. I have a painting hanging in my home now that is a wolf standing on a cliff, and I painted that 2013. It was before Delaney passed away. It was between the time that my husband's mother passed away and Delaney passed away, so that would be between the end of March 2013 and the end of October 2013. I painted this painting, and I'm pretty sure it took me almost that long. And I took it in to frame it because I wanted to hang it on the wall, and the manager at the art store would not let them frame it, would not let me leave it there for them to frame unless I signed it, because he said it was amazing. And to this day it still hangs on our wall, and I do absolutely love it. I think it's just really pretty, and I did enjoy doing that, and I hope someday to get back to painting. I also can crochet. A few years back I made a temperature blanket. It got very big because the temperatures here are they fluctuate quite a bit. So it had lots of color changes, and it was very pretty, and I learned to crochet from my very German grandma when I was about 7 or 8, and then I participated in our local 4-H group where a very kind older woman taught me how to crochet. So from probably about 13 to about 17, I crocheted blankets and projects and entered them into our fair. I also participated in other crafty things in 4-H. I was in drawing and photography. I loved doing those, as well as painting. I also had a lot of art classes in school that I absolutely enjoyed, and I think that carries over to my card making style, because I kind of dabble in everything and I enjoy it. I enjoy just the process, and card making in general is very much therapeutic for me. I took a art therapy kind of class after Delaney passed away, and I really learned how much coloring and just using certain color schemes and different mediums, messy or very clean mediums. Like I would call Copics a very clean medium, and I would call like acrylic paints, they can be a very messy medium, or texture paste, stuff like that. Those can be very messy. So depending on the mood and what you need to work through, those could definitely be ways to help process things like grief, anger, sadness, and even joy. I use my card making and the art that goes into it very much as therapy, and I think a lot of other people do that too. And I think right now we have some strange times in our world across the globe, and I think people are pouring themselves into their art a little bit more than they used to, and I appreciate that in one sense. And in the other, I'm really sad that it's happening all at one time, because I get very much inspired by the things that I see and trends and color combinations and techniques, and if there's something I want to try, I'm going to try it. And right now, everybody delving super deep into card making leaves me a little sad, because I want to try all the things at one time, and that's just not possible. So I have to give myself a little bit of grace and decide what projects I'm going to work on at what time. I also have 3 very small children at home that require my attention a lot. One of which has confirmed special needs, and I believe the other 2 might have some needs of their own, to be determined, but they all require a lot of attention. That leaves me with not a lot of time to do the things that I really want to do. So things like card making, I try to really maximize what I'm doing and the time I'm spending on it. I do a lot of my card making in the middle of the night when you're supposed to do the sleeping. And I do a lot of my editing in the evenings, and then usually my voiceovers I can get done once kids go to bed. It's just what works for me. As they get older, I'm sure things will change. If I had a bunch of older kids, I don't know if it would necessarily need to be that type of schedule, but right now that's what I am working with. I wasn't sure what kind of questions that I should be answering. I mean, I have watched a few of these Meet the Creators, so I did ask Amanda, my friend Amanda over at Rise and Procrastinate. She always does exclusive content here on Create and Expire as well. But I asked her some of the things that she would want to know about me if she didn't know me. And one of them was, what's my favorite color? And I have 2 answers for that. My favorite Copic marker is YG17. It's not my favorite color. It's my favorite Copic marker. I don't know what it is about that shade of yellow green, but I feel like it is the most perfect companion shade of green that the Copic family, the Copic marker system has. I use it with deep greens, I use it with yellow greens, I use it with blues, I use it with yellows. I just absolutely find that to be my favorite Copic marker. As far as favorite color, now I'm going to tell you a story to tell you about how long this has been my favorite color. So in high school, you get a class ring. You know, you save your money and you spend this money on this beautiful piece of jewelry that you're going to have the rest of your life. Most people buy a class ring and it has their birthstone in it. Now, I have evolved and I do like my birthstone now. But at the time I was going to school, which was a very long time ago, I did not enjoy my birthstone. But I did enjoy the sapphire. I thought sapphire blue was the most perfect color on the planet. It was bold, it was deep, it was sparkly, it had depth to it. It still is my all-time hands down favorite color. But I got my class ring with a sapphire in it, which is not my birthstone. So it's been my favorite color for an exceptionally long time. It's still my favorite color, but I do not discriminate against the colors. I like all the colors: orange, aqua, green, blue, purple, yellow. I love all the colors, and I think that's why I like to color so much, is I really do enjoy color in general. Another question that Amanda suggested I answer was kind of like my favorites. So what is my favorite pattern paper company? Because if you've stopped by my channel at all, you know that I really do enjoy pattern paper, and I like to do paper piecing, and I like to use pattern paper in when I build sketch cards, and I just really I like pattern paper. I like color. I like making cards. I like making cards. Did we get that yet? I like making cards. As far as pattern paper companies that I absolutely love, I will say that MFT has some of the most frequently used basics that I have in my collection of pattern papers, but really, in all honesty, I don't care. I don't have a favorite. If I like the pattern paper that's in the pattern paper pack, I will own it. Um, I do not hoard pattern paper anymore, and I do use it. I feel like I use it a lot more at Christmas time when I do Christmas cards. I feel like they help make Christmas cards fast and easy and make them very unique and add a lot of detail to them. And I just feel like Christmas is the perfect time to use a lot of pattern paper. But I guess I have a lot of MFT paper. I have a ton of Pink and Main paper. I have the new Create and Inspire paper. I have a lot of pattern paper, and I guess I just like it all. I try to find pattern paper pads that work well with card making and aren't really set up for planners or anything like that, because I'm not really into planners very much. I have a hard time keeping track of my schedule. I've tried all the different systems. They're all failing except for this program I use on my computer. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better, and I absolutely enjoy getting to know you. If you have any other questions or anything specific that you'd like me to answer, click on the YouTube icon below the video, and you can go right over to my channel and leave me a comment in the comment section, and I will happily answer it for you there on YouTube. Really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the exclusive content here on Create and Inspire. And as I always say, give cards generously. Bye.